All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 and hopeful elect. Shalom, Barakatham. I'm going to title this lesson, This Life is a Ponzi Scheme. All right, this life is a Ponzi scheme. Quite literally, man. And I don't just mean financially, because most people think of a Ponzi scheme. They think about some financial gain, which that's normally what you would categorize it as. But Esau has figured out a way to monetize everything, okay, which everything should not be based on money, but somehow it is. This is why everybody gets so stressed out about being broke, because your basic sustenance, all right, is relying on you getting your ass up at 6:30 every morning, 7 o'clock, and be at work for 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. All right, so you can pay rent when really rent shouldn't even really be a thing, okay? Once your father or your forefather or your grandfather built a house with land generations ago, that should no longer be a thing. But what do? They teach you to get a 3-bedroom house, you know, pump out a couple kids, all right, separate from your house, all right? By the time you're grown, your mother and your father, they're still working on their mortgage, all right? And depending on how the market go, they may be upside down, all right? And it's just a perpetual cycle of debt and death, man, all right? And so that's why it's not just financial, man, all right? Because I was watching a video earlier today, I believe it was on the Breaking Points channel, and they were talking about how the American dream is dead, man. You know, like the American dream, how Esau likes to categorize it, is the white picket fence with the you know, a house with the white picket fence and the tire swing in the backyard, you know, 3 kids, a dog, you know, which that is so low level to begin with. Don't even get me started on how just low level that is. Number one, that alone is a Ponzi scheme. Because how is that a dream? That's just normal, man. Just wait till we get into the kingdom. This is why I'm gonna basically get the precept out of Job, the 20th chapter, to base it on. This precepts come, they'll come, but this is why the scriptures say we have no continuing city here, man. This is no way to live, man. All right, this is no way to live. And then you get that 3-bedroom house, the house, you manage to climb out, you make it to the middle management of the rat race, all right, and you get all of these things, and then what do you have? You have a rebellious woman who's looking at the man that did a little bit more than you. Okay, you have rebellious kids, and then you have the inability to discipline them. You have the inability to hold your wife and your family accountable. Okay, and so this is why the Ponzi scheme is not just monetary, man. This place literally sucks the soul out. It kills you, man. Okay, but Esau has found a way to stretch this thing out. Like you take that last bit of you know, orange juice or whatever you got in the freezer, and you add a little water to it, you know, you stretch it out. You know, that's what he's done with all of this bread and circus and distracting you with social media and all of these things. And this is why it's so hard for Jake to just snap out of it, man. He keeps thinking that this place is getting better because he's getting access to more dopamine hits, but it's destroying you, man. The wealth in the future of America is gone. It's already gone. They gambled it a long time ago, man. All right, and then what they did when they won, they took the profits, but when they lost, they said, oh, that's national debt. That's why the debt is 30-some trillion dollars, man. Okay, they're just printing money. All right, you know, like in the 2008, they were gambling, man, on the stock market. You know, and all of those banks got bailed out, and they decided, well, if the banks can't pay their bills, we'll come to their rescue. But if you can't pay your house note or your mortgage, we're gonna kick you out. And they foreclosed on like 5 million people's homes, man. You know, but this guy is a hypocrite, man, and that's the point I want to get. In Job 20, starting in verse 5, it says that verse 4, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, okay, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Though his excellence mount up to heaven and his head reach unto the clouds, yet shall he perish forever like his own dung. All right. So this guy is he's up in the clouds right now, but it's not real, man. Okay, that's why I say it's a Ponzi scheme. Okay, you living in these nice houses. Okay, you may live in a nice area. You may be enjoying the things now, but there's no long-term wealth here. Just the way that the property values are set up, the property taxes are set up, you know, they can just charge you in perpetuity, and the property taxes will actually go up with the value of your home. So if your home is worth $100,000 and over a course of 10 years it's worth $150, well, he's charging you on the new $150 now, man. But notice he doesn't a percentage on the new $150. But notice he doesn't do that with cars, because cars don't appreciate over time. Cars depreciate. Okay, the moment you drive a car off the lot, you bought a car for 20,000, it's worth 15 as soon as you drive it off the lot, man. But he doesn't charge taxes as you go for that. He charges you the taxes right up front when you buy the car. He doesn't charge you in perpetuity like a house loan. Why? Because he's not going to adjust the rate down. He's only trying to get more tax revenue out of you. You know, if that's making sense to brothers, man. And that's just many examples of how everything here is a snare. That's why we say this is the valley of the shadow of death, man. All right, because it sucks the hope out of you, man. People don't want to work fucking 50 years, man, and get nothing, you know. And mentally and philosophically and spiritually, they suck it out of you, man. They sold women a whole dream about, you know, you don't need a man. Whoa, what? What do you mean you don't need a man? You literally need men to make more women. Stupid. But you talk to women now, they're completely gone, man. You know, that's a trick bag, because what's gonna happen is calamity's gonna set in, and all that rah-rah bullshit is gonna go out the window immediately. Okay, it says verse 6, though his excellency mount up to the clouds and his head reach though his excellency mount up to the heavens and his head reach unto the clouds, yet shall he perish forever like his own dung. So when this guy goes down, he's not coming back, man. So all of you guys that are hitching your wagon to this place, all right, you got such a regard for the amount of money you saved in retirement or 401k. The Lord gonna snatch that overnight, man. All right. Finishing verse 7, it says, they which have seen him shall say, where is he? All right. Now I want to go back to this article real quick. It says, is the American dream dying? 2 reasons why it's already dead. The United States was founded on the idea that inherited social and economic status should not define one's destiny. Okay, but that wasn't true for us, because back in the day, when, you know, on those plantations, man, it really didn't matter how smart you were. You were a nigger. Okay, that's what your lot was in Esau's day. All of those inventions, those brilliant Jakes that they made, they snuffed Jake out, man. They took him. Okay, you could be born with 150 IQ in the 1800s. Guess what, man? If Esau finds that out, he gonna put your ass to work. Make this, make that. And you know whose name's gonna be on the patent? Esau, man. All right. So this place was that's all bullshit. That's why I say the American dream really never existed, man. The whole thing is a Ponzi scheme. All right, and this is why the men, this is what the scriptures say, not come out of my people, that too, but our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, man. This is not our rest, as the scriptures say. Okay, it says this principle attracted immigrants fleeing predetermined futures. All right. However, in many continents, a person's future is often tied to their ancestors due to centralized power and self-serving agendas of the elites. Now they want to talk about, we got to do something about the elites. Well, wait a minute. All white people were the elites. Just 75, 80 years ago, all white people were quote unquote the elite class. See, now it's decoupled after this whole civil rights bullshit. The white, black, red, brown narrative has been decoupled from socioeconomic status. They used to be one and the same. Basically, if you were white, you were wealthy. Now, you have poor whites, okay, always, but what they don't tell you is just by them being white, if they came on really hard time, they could just walk into a bank and be like, oh man, here's a loan. Oh, you need a grant to do that? Oh, you need funding to do that? You see? So they might have been poor on paper, but they always had access to the elite class because of just who they were, man. And they wrote the laws out like that, man. Okay? Now in the civil rights era, they've confounded and mixed everything together now. So now Jake is allowed, if he's really, really smart and savvy and business savvy, he can learn how to navigate through the Esau laws and come up and get a bag now, you know? And what's happened is the real performance is starting to show, because all of these poor Edomites that didn't really have it to make it, they're not naturally businessmen, they're warmongers, you know? So all of these poor Edomites now, they don't have that crutch anymore of just being white and getting a loan and all of this. They got a credit score now too now. You see? And they fuck up and do something stupid, their credit's ruined. Now they're paying for it. And so now you're seeing a bunch of white people at the bottom now. Okay, these are basically Deuteronomy 30:7. It says that he's gonna flip the curses on Esau, our curses onto Esau, and that's basically what's happening, man. Now you're hearing this cry out about the elites. We got to do something about the elite. Well, wait a minute. Y'all weren't saying this 75 years ago, even 50 years ago. We got to do something now. Who is we? All right, he wants to rely on Jake's energy, your spirit, to go out there and march and protest for rights of the man at the bottom. All right, when he's never cared about you, man. All right. It says, I suppose that's what makes democracy and capitalism core tenets of the so-called American dream so enticing individuals looking to immigrate to the U.S. And Esau loves immigration, man. He loves the dirt poor people there, and he gatekeeps too, man. Just don't think that these Moabites that are coming over here and they're becoming doctors and lawyers, Esau try to paint the narrative that they're just smarter than you. They're not. Okay? He think the Elamites, they come over here, they get into IT, they go into the medical field. Okay, they do very well here, and they'll make it seem like they're smarter than you, but what they're not telling you is that in China, there's 1.5 billion people there. There's 1 billion people in India, and the vast majority of them are slow, man. All right? The small percentage of them, okay, that are smart and intelligent, that's who Esau picks here through this visa program, man. All right? So he's cherry picking people that come here. So when you see an Elamite come from overseas, they're the best of the best from their nation, and he's trying to compare it to us. So see, because Esau wants them to come in and make inventions and build businesses, and he's just siphoning wealth out of other nations, man. Okay? And you know what's going to happen when this whole thing collapses? All of these people that flocked over here, he's going to leave y'all holding the bag, man. Because there really is no wealth here, man. Okay? He can freeze U.S. dollars. He can just freeze bank accounts, man. All right? He has military. If you own a bunch of gold, if you wised up and got a bunch of gold or silver, he's got the military. He can come in and find you out, man. And take it. You see? It says many experts have discussed reason why the American dream may be dying: a widening wealth gap, the escalating cost of education and healthcare, and diminishing availability of well-paying jobs have all raised questions about the accessibility and viability of this dream for many Americans. And the whole education thing is all bullshit, man. And the Rockefellers funded all of this. Public education is funded. The modern day university, it's all bullshit, man. You don't need no fucking degree, man. Back in the day, what happened, like, your education is supposed to be a means to go out and do something, to learn a skill and add value to the society, to the economy. All right? That's why you would go under an apprentice. Oh, I want to do this. I'm going to go under apprentice. This man has been doing this for 30 years. Okay, I'm gonna learn under him, and then I got that skill now. Now I can go out and immediately start adding value to the economy. But here, you go to, what is your education here? It's not an apprentice. You go to a 4-year university. All right, you get 80, 100,000. Some people in 200,000 student loan debt, and then you go, oh, well, I hope I can find a job. That's what's going on, you know. So when people, and they are now basically starting to realize that, hey man, I'm being duped, I'm being scammed, and it's gonna come to a boiling point, man. All right, the Lord is gonna preserve the men of the Lord. Okay, regardless of your financial situation right now, I know brothers are going through it. The Lord is gonna preserve us, and all these people that thought that they were better than you, these women thought that they were proud, especially the Judite woman, man. She's the quote unquote most educated now, but her net worth is still $5. All right, but she still thinks she's better than you, man. Okay, even though college students can't even name the capital city of more than 5 or 10 states, they don't know shit, man. Okay, I've worked in the corporate world. You know, college educated people, they're no better than the average working, the average blue collar working man. Okay, most blue collar working men can come in and work most of these white collar jobs, man. You know, but Esau's got things stratified. He wants you to pay that student loan debt in order for you to get into these white collar jobs. You see, it's not that the jobs are harder. All right, that's only in certain fields: doctors, lawyers, engineers, certain things like that. You know, where you're a specialist to some degree. Okay, but the majority of this is all a fucking dupe, man. All right, and Jake need to wake the fuck up out of this shit, man. It's irritating. You watching niggas on my job, you know, they in the corporate world, they just kind of looking at you like, you know, and you can just tell they're you know, in the gaming world, you playing a game, especially in the competitive, they got what you call tryhards, man. And this nigga is just sweating, he's trying to get every, you know what I'm saying, doing all the extra shit, and that's the spirit that Jake is in. And I'm like, bro, these people are fucking duping you, nigga. All right, I used to be that way, man. I used to be wanting to climb the, you know, and schmooze, and you know, Jake like the Yaikwab his way into these situations, you know, be at the mixers and the company events and chasing these promotions. But then, you know what I'm saying, like, it's a means to an end, man. All right, now I don't do all that extra shit, man. The Lord got me, man. You know, the Lord want me to get a promotion, he'll give me the promotion, man. I'm focused on doing the work. You see, I don't put all this extra effort in, because that's what Esau wants. He over there in Europe, man, they work 4 days a week basically, man. They have all kind of holidays off. But Esau wants you to think it's normal to work 45, 50 hours a week and then don't use none of your vacation. All right? He wants you to feel good about that, man. Meanwhile, every dollar that you got in your savings account, if you even have a savings account, is being diminished by inflation and all this other bullshit that he's doing. All right, let me go back to Job. Job chapter 20, verse 8. It says, he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yeah, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night, man. And that's very true. Okay, because what you're gonna realize is this guy is so demonic and wicked, man, that he's basically spoiled the entire earth, basically, man. Okay, and he's basically locked everybody into a nightmare now, man. All right, America is in a giant doom loop, man. If you went out and got 150,000 in student loans in this economy, good luck. You're gonna have to do something, like, especially you women, you have to do something strange for a piece of change to come up out of it. And the men, you're gonna have to work yourself to the bone and just have a perpetually low credit score. You have to take out credit card loans just to keep up. All right, with your regular bills, not to mention the overall burden of debt that's sitting on top of you, man. Everything here requires debt, man. This is not a wealth-based economy. This is a This is a debt-based economy. You see? That's how Esau makes money off of indebting people, man. Why do you think the Fed has so much power over the economy with just interest rates? Interest rates should not have that kind of power over an economy, man. That's debt. Why does that happen? Because everything uses debt, man. I ordered some food or groceries the other day, man. You know, I tried to use the app to get some food, some groceries delivered. All right. And in the app, it asked me if I wanted to finance it, man. It said, do you want to pay the whole thing now, or do you want to pay part of it now and part of it later? So it's in snap, bro. Esau turned the whole economy into a giant payday loan. PONZI scheme, man. All right. Before you know it, you're taking them up on it. Like, well, yeah, I'll hold on to this little $80 here. I'll just finance this and that. And before you know it, all of these transactions are coming through out of your checking account. You know, and it's all added up. You up there $400 or $500 now of a goddamn pay-as-you-go loans, man. You know. So this is why the scriptures say we have no continuing city here, man. Okay. You know, you use the world, but don't. Yeah, use the world, don't abuse the world. I might be butchering that. You know. This is why we say we're not of the world, man. We use what we can out of it. But this is the prime example of why the Lord tells us to withdraw our spirit from this place, man. Okay, it all looks rosy on the surface level, but ultimately, it is designed to ensnare you, man. Look at these American politicians. What do they have to say? It's all fluffy and smooth words, but what are they doing? They're robbing you blind economically. All right, they're committing atrocities with their military all over the planet, man. The US dollar is everywhere wrecking people. The military is everywhere wrecking people. All right. like what hope is there here in this place? There is none, man. All right. Let me see if there's any more on here. I basically made the point. All right. You see, let me just get this real quick in the scriptures and I'll close out. Flee. See here. This is Jeremiah 51:6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Okay, so there's no deliverance in a 401k. There's no deliverance in a savings account or stocks and options. Okay. There's no deliverance in trying to start your own bank or trying to get financially free. There is no financial freedom. I'm telling you that right now. I was watching a show last night on Netflix called The Gentleman, and this nigga was getting money out of people, man. He was staging these underground fights of the world champion boxers. It's off their record. It would be like Floyd Mayweather taking an underground fight, you know what I'm saying, against another world champion, okay? But it's off the record. Only the super rich were in there betting on it. And it turns out the nigga didn't even place the bet, man. So there was no money to be made. He didn't even place he just took the money and he never placed the bet. You see? That's what Esau did, man. He took your money, he's taking his tax dollars, and he ain't done nothing with it. Okay? So there is no outcome here that's gonna be outside of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right? You have to be of that number of the elect so we can get delivered out of here. And the rest of these people, they're fucked, man. You got to stop thinking about that, man. There's nothing wrong with starting a business. There's nothing wrong with, you know, I'm getting, amassing, you know, quote unquote wealth in this world. But you got to remember that these things are a means to an end, man. Ultimately, we got to be in the spirit of fleeing, like the scriptures say. I'm going to read this again, Jeremiah 51:6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul, and be not cut off in her iniquity. And that's the big point right there, man. You gonna fuck around holding this bag, all right? And it's gonna be a bag. A bag is gonna turn into a bag of judgment, man. Because everything here is iniquity, man. Everything here is ill-gotten gains. Any money you can make off of land and real estate, guess what? Esau stole all of this land, man. All right? And you coming up here thinking you could be on some kind of moral high ground because you made money in real estate. When all of this real estate was taken by Esau through blood, and he's giving you a license to make money off of it. You see? So be not cut off in her iniquity, man. Get out of here, man. You know? Check out. Okay? Do what you got to do. Take care of your family, whatever you got to do. But you can't be emotionally invested or spiritually invested into this place, man. That's a big no-no. Okay? Even if you're keeping all of the laws. Like some guys would convince you that'll get you saved. No, it won't. If you emotionally invested into this place, like our ancestors were in ancient Egypt, they were spiritually and emotionally invested in Egypt. That's why they never let those idols go. That's why they had to get rebuked in the wilderness, man. All right? And ultimately, they got destroyed, man. And it says, for this is the time of the Lord Yahweh's vengeance, all right? And he will render unto her a recompense. And I'm telling you right now, you do not want to be on that side, man. This vengeance the Lord is getting ready to bring is unimaginable, man. All right? So with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Machak Wadash. Shalom, Kwam Yasharallah.